The Tipping Point with Mike Tipton is brought to you by Dubby. What is Dubby? Dubby is a clean energy drink that is made to give you focus with no crash, jitters, or angst like those other energy drinks have. They also have no maltodextrin fillers and don't use artificial dyes. Dubby contains vitamins, amino acids, a nootropic, and 150 milligrams of caffeine. Dubby's products are made in the USA in an FDA-inspected facility that strictly adheres to GMP manufacturing guidelines. All of the flavors are unique and custom-made by Dubby, and you'll never taste our taste anywhere else. The best part about it is they're affordable. Dubby's drinks come out to about $1 per drink, much cheaper than Starbucks or any of those canned energy drinks. To learn more, visit w.gg.com/discount/MRTipton33 and place your order today. Use promo code MrTipton33 and save today. Dubby Energy, be better. What's going on, everybody? I want to tell you about my new friends over at Cleverman. Visit them online at becleverman.com. What they gave me was the energizing face and beard scrub along with the Cleverman face scrubber. And trust me when I say this, the energizing face and beard scrub smells amazing. Combining it with the face scrubber, making sure that your boy is looking as good and sexy as possible, opened up a whole different sensation in my face that I haven't ever felt before. I felt so clean, so fresh, and so clean, like Outcast said, and it helped me feel like I was ready for my day. Make sure you visit them online at becleverman.com and follow them on Instagram at clevermannyc. The link is up in my bio if you want to check out all the amazing products they have. Visit them online, becleverman.com. What's going on, everybody? It is time for that TIP VIP Friday. I see my dude Tommy Carranza tuned in right now saying, what up, Tip? What up, Tommy? Hope that you're having yourself a great day so far, my friend. You can see the TV in the background is loading. That's what happens when you get a smart TV. And it seems like it's going to be one of them types of days where everything's just moving a little bit slower today. But you know what? So am I. I'm moving a little bit slower today. There we go. Let's get that going. Hey. What are we going to watch today? Because I wanted to get this done in a little bit. Let's see what we got. Ooh, Red Sox Yankees a little bit later on today. We'll be watching that. But you know what? We'll just put something on in the background right now. Let's see how fast it takes for Apple TV to want to take me down. Shout out to Ellie Giz who tuned in, or Ellie Jiz who tuned in over on Instagram. That's a great name. I don't know. Like, it's a female profile, too. I see my dude, Stephen Michael Puga, tuning in as well. You can check him out. Where are you going to be, Puga? If you're still on, where are you going to be? As far as the comedy stuff goes, you would always check him out. The comic strip, a bunch of other places like that. One of El Paso's premier comedians, Stephen Michael Puga. Shout out to him. Hopefully I see you guys tomorrow at the Southwest University Park. El Paso Locomotive in action against Loudoun FC. Whatever the hell Loudoun is. Garbage-ass squad. I'm messing. I got to be a homer. So you know how I got to do it. All right. So before we get into the TIP VIP Friday stuff, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of sports. The Dallas Cowboys in action later on today. We have some finals from yesterday. Dylan Gabriel out there looking like the GOAT, the goaty GOAT, our guy Dylan Gabriel. I can't read that, but I also don't know who you is, so I probably ain't going to call you. But hello, how are you? Man, my dyslexia is bad today. Like none of those letters made sense. I'm sorry. That's on me. I got some dyslexia issues, a little bit of glaucoma. You know what I mean? But we have some finals from the NFL yesterday. Thursday night football for the preseason. Pittsburgh Steelers lose to Buffalo 28-27. I was watching. I am well. How are you today? I am fantastic. Thank you for asking. I hope that you are also well today. Dylan Gabriel showing that he is that guy and that he should probably be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns. Dylan Gabriel going out there doing his damn thing. I was excited watching that game. Not as excited as Augustine is. What's up, Augustine?
What's up, Tipton? What's up, everybody? Good morning. Apologies for my lateness. Hey, but me being late is better than her. She's saying I'm late. Just leave it at that.
That is very true. That is extremely true. Augustine being late is better than you hearing from somebody else that they're late. Very much so. Okay, so I watched the Cleveland Browns yesterday, right? Like, I don't know why I subjected myself to doing so, but I was watching the Cleveland Browns yesterday. I like the Amazon Prime Thursday night football package that they put out there. Ryan Fitzpatrick, Joe Thomas, and like it's just it's an awesome product that they put out there. Al Michaels, Kirk Herbstreit, like all them, right? I'm watching this, having myself a good old time, and I'm watching Dylan Gabriel go 12 for 15 for 186 yards and 3 touchdowns for the Cleveland Browns. This remind you, after watching Shedeur Sanders and Deshaun Watson be absolute dog shit, but be named starters ahead of him. I get it. It's the third string. But 12 of 15 is pretty damn good. Didn't get sacked at all. And again, it was against Augustine's New England Patriots. As
against the total bench, against non-starters, against the equivalent of the Cleveland Browns. But yes, Tip, you're absolutely right. That quarterback looked amazing. He looked every bit the part. And I'm saying here, well, it's the non-starters. And the Patriots have come out publicly and said our starters are not going to play. They flat out said that. But this guy did it against NFL players. Granted, they're not starting. They may be starting on other teams, like, for example, the Cowboys, most probably. But 12 out of 15, yes, it is a preseason game, but it may be, I'm thinking this may be quite things to come from Dylan Gabriel.
I think it's been like it's one of those things that's been waiting, right? Because it was a debate whether it was going to be Dylan Gabriel last year or Shedeur Sanders. Winds up being Shedeur Sanders, but Dylan Gabriel goes in there and gets some games in, does his thing, right? Like it was kind of that limbo. I feel like Dylan Gabriel with that performance yesterday once again throws a wrench in everything that Cleveland is doing. I said it at the beginning of the week. Cleveland putting Deshaun Watson out there as a starting quarterback is just, that's like cannon fodder, right? We're protecting Shedeur Sanders, the young guy. We're making sure that he's okay. He's going to come in week 5 against the Jets, hopefully get the first win of the season for the Cleveland Browns. But if he were to lose, if Shedeur Sanders were to lose to the Jets, and then they lose, to Pittsburgh later on, they start the season like 0-6 with both Deshaun Watson and Shedeur Sanders not looking good, that crowd is going to be wanting Dylan Gabriel to go in there because we've seen him be okay. Like, he's a halfway decent quarterback. And if you're the Browns, why not load up on that dude, get rid of Watson? I mean, obviously it's going to be impossible because of the size of that contract. I don't know if you remember listening the other day whenever I was talking about it, Augustine, but that's $128 million salary cap hit.
Yeah.
Man. Our dude Jonathan Hood saying it would have been funny for Gabriel to win the job and not Sanders or Watson. Gabriel would have been like, who? Me? Oh, yeah. It would have been one of those really weird things for him because he'd have been like, oh, wow, like everyone's been talking about this guy. How did I get so lucky to be able to be the starting quarterback of the Cleveland Browns, man?
Well,
But he
he's
looked good
more of that
I know it's
tradition.
preseason.
Yeah, we know it's a preseason, but Gabriel is more of a traditional quarterback than Shador or Mr. Overpaid. That he's more of a traditional drop back passer. You know, he's more prepared for the NFL than than the other guy. And I don't like to say his name because quite frankly, he is so overrated. I mean, it's like the third coming of whichever quarterback you want to see now, and he has proven not to be it. I mean, he had some good performances, but good performances is not enough in the NFL. You have to be a leader. You have, especially at that position, you have to be a leader. You have to be consistent. You have to do all these things, and he's not it. He's simply not it.
I feel like it's a little too early to like come up with that distinction, right? Because we would have said that about Sam Darnold. We said that about Geno Smith. Like we've
Oh
seen
no,
these
it
guys.
stands the same with Geno Smith. Geno Smith is not that good of a quarterback. You put a quarterback, an NFL quarterback, in a very good situation, and great things can happen. Yes.
Again, I'll push back on that because I went into last year with this mindset, right? It doesn't matter who the quarterback was for the Minnesota Vikings. They were a quarterback-proof team. You had Justin Jefferson. You had Aaron Jones. Like they've got a squad there offensively. And we saw J.J. McCarthy be absolute dog shit all season long, man. And it went to show off, okay, yeah, maybe it was more Sam Darnold because who won the effing Super Bowl? It was Sam Darnold. Again, wins are not a quarterback stat. I understand that. I get that. But whenever you have a quarterback lead a team to back-to-back 14-3 seasons, and then they go off and win the Super Bowl, there's a little bit of something there. Like, that's where it is. And if there was a team that was stacked up to look like they were going to be quarterback-proof, it didn't matter. Like, it could have been me and you back there with the limp noodle of a left arm that I got, throwing whatever I could to Justin Jefferson, Jordan Addison. I mean, that's a squad. TJ Hawkinson, like they've got some dudes there, man.
Yeah, but I mean, throwing a 5-yard slant is not enough, Tipton. Come on.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. Like like to me, yes, you could say Geno Smith was put in a good situation whenever he was in Seattle. Anybody, it doesn't matter who it was, any quarterback last year, Patrick Mahomes himself, if he was on the the Las Vegas Raiders, he'd have been dog shit last year too. Like that Raiders team just has nobody to throw the ball to. So Geno Smith being raked over the coals because of the Raiders, that to me just isn't right. He didn't do himself any favors though going back to the Jets. So
no favors at all because I mean at least Geno Smith should think, hey, I need a good situation. What's a good situation? Who can I go with that at least
Jets.
has a
The Jets. That's a great situation.
Yeah, the Jets. I'm gonna go to the Jets. Yeah, I think not even the fans have said that. I'm gonna be a fan of the Jets. Eee.
Yeah, even Jets fans are like, "Oh God, what are we doing here? Like, it's whatever it is." It would be interesting to see Dylan Gabriel get a little bit of run in Cleveland, right? Like, what do you have to lose? Like, I get it, the money. That's why you got to play Deshaun Watson. You're paying him, what is it, $45 million this year to play. If you cut him, it's a dead cap hit of $120 million. So you got to keep him on the roster. You got to get him out there somehow. But like me, it's not Stefanski anymore. It's Todd Monken. If I'm Monken, I'm going out there telling my offensive line. Remember, like in the longest yard, where the offensive line just doesn't block for him and he gets blown up. That's what we're doing for the first drive, brother.
Yeah,
get blown up, man. Let's see what happens here.
Yeah. It's that situation. It's really weird in Cleveland, but I think there's just something about Gabriel that he's proven every time he's come into that team that he makes the right read, makes the right throw, and that is something that Shador and Watson, have not consistently done. Maybe this guy hasn't gotten enough reps, but I think he deserves the time and the effort to give them that amount to see if he can do it. Now, the thing is it going to be with the Cleveland Browns, or are the Browns saying, I might have an ace in order to get some more talent around here and trade him to one of those teams that are quarterback hungry? Who can that team be?
Owen Wetterhahn saying, if the Browns have seemingly given up on Dylan Gabriel, I wonder why they didn't trade him while he has value. I think he still has value, and luckily for them, the trade deadline isn't until week 6 or week 7?
Week 6,
somewhere
yes,
around there.
Yep.
But if you're Cleveland, maybe you get some sort of value for Dylan Gabriel, but what is his ceiling, right? Like, he's got to go out there and constantly prove that he's got it, whatever it is, right? Like, he's got to be able to go out there and prove that he's got something there. This team has some weapons, right? Like, they go out, they draft Casey Concepcion. They've got Jaron Judy, who I think is a very underrated wide receiver in the NFL. They've got some pieces there, something to build around. Maybe if you're Cleveland, you are protecting him, right? Because what we saw yesterday, 12 of 15, 186, 3 tutties. That's enough for everyone to look back and be like, you know what? Maybe I don't need him as a starter, but if he was my backup, a backup quarterback is super valuable in the NFL, right? And I could see a team like maybe if I'm Atlanta, I take a flyer on him because I don't think Tua is going to be the dude as my backup. Penix is clearly going to be the starter. Tua is not going to be there. And I love the synergy of back-to-back lefty quarterbacks, because I know you say it doesn't matter. The ball flies out differently from a lefty, dude.
I'm surprised he went against the lefty.
Yeah. I mean, you know me. I love Tua, but it ain't there no more. He's just sitting there cross-eyed with a concussion like, Tua play football. Like, that's all he knows how to say now. It's bad, man. Like, someone's got to protect that man, save him from himself, because it ain't looking good for my dude. Like, I am worried about what his 30s are going to look. We got to remember, he's still a young man. What his 30s are going to look like, man. Like, he goes off and says some stuff off the deep end now. Imagine whenever he's like in his 40s, like if Tua was an old wrestler, he would be super MAGA right now. Like, that's who Tua would be.
At least he won't remember what he said before.
Yeah, that's going to be his saving grace. Is he ain't got nothing there left to remember. Tua football. That's literally all he knows how to say now.
He'll go, football. Yes, I love soccer.
Maybe he got hit so much he's not left-handed. He just forgot that he's not right-handed. That would explain a lot, man.
Yeah, and Tipton, you mentioned right now wrestlers and all that, and I'm going to change the conversation just a little bit, because I think on Wednesday a video, and it hit hard on wrestling. You know how wrestlers go out and do their signing and everything. I imagine you saw the video of the guy giving Ric Flair a Rolex with the 24 on it, because Ric Flair, when he retired, he got a Rolex that had the 24 on them. I don't know what the 24 was. I think it was for his 24 championships. I don't know, but Flair lost it. He lost that watch. So another guy, when he was in the signature, he made Ric Flair that watch and gave it to him while he was signing, other stuff. So Ric Flair teared up in front of everybody, and that for me was a moment that went, wow. I saw it like 3 times, because you get to see what it means to these wrestlers, and that crosses the line where that is what every single athlete now does in their signings, because there are so many memories that go with playing that sometimes just somebody comes and gives you back that memory and you're there again. And I know it's not going to happen for Tua, but
Maybe it
It'll
does.
happen to a lot of players.
Maybe it does.
So having a sound mind after you play is so important. And do you think, and you started this conversation, Tipton,
Oh,
do you
God.
think we're going to see that thing that goes on top of helmets that they just look like, like bobbleheads around the field? At least they're easier to, that's a wide receiver and all that. But are we coming to a point in time where it is going to turn to flag football?
It is the tipping point with Mike Tipton, the TIP VIP Friday. We got our dude Augustine Pimentel hanging out with us today so far. We are live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on X, on Instagram. Drea Thomas and Cassandra have followed or are watching over there on Instagram right now. We're also live on YouTube, my channel, the Under the Hood podcast channel. And starting next month after Labor Day, we're going to be live. You'll be able to see it back there behind me, right there on KTSM Plus. So we're looking for all the stuff that we're expanding here on the show. As Augustine mentioned right here, I kind of like the padded helmet that they got, right? And I feel like it's going to wind up being very similar to what it was like with like baseball batting helmets and like the hockey face masks and stuff like that, right? There was a generation of people who were like, I don't want to do that shit because it looks goofy. Now you're going to be like, you know what? If it's going to protect my brain a little bit and it's going to help me out in the future, I get to be cognizant as I get older. I don't have to worry as much about CTE.
Which is an important thing, by the way.
Yeah. And we've seen it over the last couple of years, right? Like the very first year, it was just a handful of guys did it. Now it seems like almost half the roster is doing it. It's eventually going to go over to where it's a vast majority. And then it's going to be a normal thing that we're just used to seeing. And then, 20 years from now, whenever kids are getting into football and they see those big padded helmets and that's what they're used to, they're going to look at us with like our old plastic helmets and be like, oh my God, those guys are playing with leather helmets, basically the way that we look at people who played with leather helmets and no face mask. So like it's going to be like that, I think. Maybe not in the next year or so, but a generation or two.
Yeah, I think we're headed that way. The thing is, and I think the NFL Players Association will be all for it. I think they're the ones who will be pushing for it.
If the NFL Players Association was pushing for it, they would all be wearing it by now.
You think so by now?
I 100% think so. Like the Players Association, whatever the Players Association says is law with the players, and they would be wearing that right now. I want to go back to your Ric Flair comment because our dude Jonathan Hood from the Under the Hood podcast, ESPN 1000 in Chicago, saying, imagine losing a Rolex at a bar. That's crazy. Dude, I lost 3 Rolexes at a bar. That's how much more impactful a person I am than Ric Flair, right? Like you got Tip being as drunk as Flair, the Flair Tip.
Hey, a Rolex that you buy in Dyer is not a real Rolex. Just
hey,
so
man,
you know.
I bought that Rolex at the Mercado in Juarez, dude. Like I know that thing's real.
Well, did it go click, click?
It didn't even tick, man. It was crazy. It always had the same time. It was wild.
Hey, at least it was right twice a day.
Exactly.
Which is more than me anyway. But anyway.
I remember a dude in high school, like he kept telling us that like his parents were jewelers and stuff like that. And he came to school one day and like this big ass like gold watch. And like I don't like gold watches to begin with. It was like this big ass gold watch, and like on the wristband was like these little mountains on it. And he's like, oh, those are like actual gold nuggets and stuff. I was like, damn, dude, that's a dope ass watch. They stole that shit from him in like third period and took it over to the pawn shop. And the pawn shop's like, oh, this is a fake ass watch, dude. And he just brought it back to him. He's like, take your fake ass watch back, boy.
Yeah.
Yes, Socorro High School.
Happen.
Socorro High School is right next to a Subway, a laundromat, and a pawn shop. So, I mean,
yeah, that says everything about the high school. But anyway, so Tipton, in regards to yesterday's game, in regards to that, and I want to be pretty clear about now my and your Patriots.
Whoa.
They got some receivers now. Drake May has some weapons. A.J. Brown, Dobbs, whatever you say his name.
Dobbs.
I'm messing up names again. Demario Douglas, Hollins, and Kyle Williams, and Kyle Williams caught another bomb. So it's not like the Patriots are missing any kind of weapons anymore. So, so are the Patriots now? Do our Patriots now have this this stigma on their head that there's no excuse for going back to the Super Bowl? Drake May has weapons now.
Drake May, a wonderful Patriot, wonderful guy. What a guy. Just like Augustine, wonderful guy. I think the built-in excuse for the Patriots, like obviously, yes, you've retooled, you want to get back to the Super Bowl. People need to remember it's really hard to get back to the Super Bowl. There's a reason why it's such a difficult thing to do. Like it's a very hard thing to do. So the expectation shouldn't be, oh, they got these guys, I should go back to the Super Bowl. Buffalo is also better. Buffalo is going to have a chip on their shoulder, knowing that last year was their best chance of getting there, the easiest route they can do to get there. Kansas City is going to be retooled with a healthy Patrick Mahomes and some offensive weapons that they added as well, right? The expectation should always be whenever you're entering the season, yeah, let's win the Super Bowl, unless you're the Cleveland Browns and you know you're not going to win the Super Bowl. But every expectation for every team should be that. The fans, though, let's dial it back a little bit, man. Like, sure, they've got some weapons. Sure, they got some stuff going their way. But it should not be, yeah, we're going to win the Super Bowl, guys. Like let's do this.
I didn't say win the Super Bowl. I said get back to the Super Bowl, because you're talking about Buffalo now as well. Like they haven't been there, and Allen has great quarterback, great regular season quarterback. He has Dak Prescott it all the way up to Dak Prescott levels. He chokes right at the right time.
That's top 5 quarterback in the NFL, Dak Prescott, that I would like to add.
You can be a top 5 quarterback in the regular season all you want. He's number one. Dak Prescott is number one. Number one. Well, he's number 2 all time. Quarterback for the Cowboys. He chokes.
He doesn't. The team chokes. The team chokes. He doesn't choke. The team chokes. And sometimes,
whatever the reason,
sometimes you're just
he chokes.
bad.
Same with Allen. The same thing with Allen. He chokes. He chokes at the right time.
Yeah, I can see it, right? But I mean, that Denver Broncos team, that's another team that we got to talk about being good enough to make it to the Super Bowl as well. The Denver Broncos are a really good team. I feel like the AFC is kind of stacked. Like they're really good. The Jaguars, right? Like if the Jaguars made a deep playoff run, would you be surprised? Of course not, because they're everybody's second favorite team on the show. Even if you're new to the show, congratulations. Your second favorite team now are the Jacksonville Jaguars. Look at you. Everyone loves you, just like the city of Jacksonville does. Owen saying, I hate the guy, but Dak Prescott is incredibly consistent. He really is. Again,
in the regular season, I understand, and everybody's going to go, Dak Prescott this, Dak Prescott that. I understand that. He's a great quarterback for fantasy football owners. I wish I had him in my fantasy football team. But guess what happens in the playoffs?
What happens in the playoffs? I got to make that the thumbnail. Like that's got to be the thumbnail of the show. Is just you doing that face. Like it was fantastic. But again, I guess I could see it. I feel like the Cowboys, the years that they've made the playoffs, they've vastly overachieved. They're still just a middle of the road team. Like I don't care how good they might seem. I don't care how much improved they might seem. I don't look at them as an actual Super Bowl contender. I know that's weird to say as a guy that's a Cowboys fan, and we apparently have the every year's our year bullshit that surrounds us.
No, you're saying it because of 30 years of history.
No, I'm saying it because but I mean, there's been teams of the Cowboys where I've looked at and been like, oh, that's a really good team. I think they got a chance to make a run. I look at this team and I'm like, I still see some weakness. I got to see it on defense, right? But the thing is, I think the Cowboys can make it to the playoffs. They'll probably lose in the divisional round of the playoffs because all they're used to doing is giving us just the tip.
I just wanna put the tip in.
It's time for
Just a tip.
That would make me uncomfortable.
Promise that it ain't too much, but just enough. Just a tip. Just a tip.
Just the tip. Just the tip.
It's time for Just the Tip.
Guys, it's time for you to be just like everyone else. The 1.4 million happy customers that have gone to www.myhappynuts.com. They always ask me, Tip, why are you in such a good mood? It's because I use myhappynuts.com. I ain't suffering from duck butter. I ain't got none of that, crotch rot or any of that stuff happening down there. I am smooth and comfortable and taken care of. The bush ain't the biggest because I use the bulber to make sure that it's all trimmed and looking great. I got a landing strip right now. You didn't need to know that, but I just wanted to tell everybody that's what's going on. www.myhappynuts.com. Use promo code Mike Tipton at checkout and save on all of your male grooming needs.
A landing strip? Really?
It's about as long as the runway from that one Fast and Furious movie. Where they said the runway was like 4.5 miles. That's what it is right now.
And you say 1.4 million, but I would really debate that number to 2.8 million, at least.
Yes, doubling it up. I see what you did there. See,
and knowing us guys is probably even more than that. Well, not you, Tip. I mean, other guys.
Okay, yeah. That's not uncomfortable at all. Changing the subject. How about football? Huh? A lot of stuff going on in the world of sports.
So I've got a question for you. So at what point do we stop judging the Cowboys, and you've been doing this, on how talented they are, how talented the roster looks? Yes, they got some holes. And how good they look in August and preseason or whatever, and Cowboy fan demand that they actually not just do something in January, but get to January.
I think that's the difference between me and like a bunch of other fans out there, right? Is like, I understand how difficult it is to do stuff in January. And I know the team that you have in August might not be the same team that you have in January just because of injuries and stuff like that. What's that? Metaminol
23.
Metaminol 23. Hey, again, my dyslexia, I don't know what it is today, dude. My dyslexia is hitting me hard. Like I'm having a hard time reading stuff. That's why I haven't been doing very much reading today.
So is that why you have a ERPS cap on?
A SERPS cap on. I thought it said sipping on some scissor is what I thought it said. Is that what it is? It's not saying that? Damn it. But okay, so most fan bases are going to look at their team and they're going to be like, we've got a shot. We like the way we retooled this year. We like the way we finished last year. We like this. We like that. Blah, 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 blah. Most fan bases, right? If you're the Cleveland Browns, you're in hell. You're in purgatory. If you're the Raiders, maybe Fernando Mendoza is going to be the guy, but you're not going to make the playoffs this year. There's very few teams where you can look at them and be like, you know what? They're out.
And Fernando has not looked good at all.
Well, it's not, the Raiders are not a good team. Like he's got nobody to throw the ball to. Yes, you got Brock Bowers, whatever. It's not. That's not a team. Right? Like that's not a full team. But most fan bases are going to go into the season excited about what happens. They look at the way their team looks in August. The Cowboys are undefeated in the preseason. Awesome, man. That's fantastic. So, I mean, who cares? Kansas City hasn't won in the preseason. The defending Super Bowl champions haven't won in the preseason. But we are always trying to find hope. That's what we want as fans, is just give me a little bit of hope. It's the worst drug we can possibly have. And I say that as someone who does a lot of drugs on a regular basis. It's the worst thing that I could ever put into my system because it makes me feel like the Cowboys can do something. I have a
Damn that VA.
Oh, the drugs they give me. Just chef's kiss, the VA.
And the funny thing is, if all our listening audience knew you were in El Paso, Texas, right next to Juarez, Mexico, that might be treated the wrong way.
He does a lot. He's a bad hombre. But like that's the thing, right? Like, I will never fault fans for having hope. You should have hope. And then whenever the season starts and November comes and your team is 0-12 or whatever, then you can be like, you know what? It was a fun ride. Just sit back and enjoy the ride, man. I don't go on a roller coaster expecting the roller coaster to be the best roller coaster of my life. I just want to be on the roller coaster because I love feeling the ups and downs, man. That's what I love about sports. That's what I love about other things that I have fun with as well. But like that's the best part about it, is just riding that roller coaster. Just be there for the ride. I feel like if more fans dialed back their expectations and were like, it shouldn't be about a Super Bowl. It should just be about having fun with my family, watching games with my friends, doing, this and that, then they wouldn't have TVs that are broken from Dallas Cowboys fans. You know what I mean? Like one, your TV didn't do it, you misplacing your anger person, but like just go out there and try to enjoy the damn game, man. You have no impact on the game. You're a fan. All you can do is like, go team. That's all you have.
What was that again?
Go team. Oh boy, everyone's out there having a good old time.
I didn't know Mickey Mouse was a Cowboy fan.
Oh, I'm a huge Cowboys fan. Brokeback Mountain was my favorite movie. Whoa. Calm down there, Mickey. What's going on with that guy?
Hey, speaking of, renowned artists and all that, we got to give, we got to salute to two artists that passed away, a big-time artist. Dolly Parton passed away. She was, people are going to always see two things of her, but let's look past that and look at all the good things she did for things all over the world. And then the one that really hits me hard, one of the best actors I've ever seen, and the biggest reason why I'm still afraid of clowns, I don't call him by his name. I call him by what he is. What he's brought to the world is just Pennywise. He did so much for characters and everybody. And by the way, dear God, you took the wrong actor from Home Alone 2. Just saying.
I've seen that so many times, but yeah, I guess it's the thing. No, the thing is that person's not an actor, right? Like that person's just a rich asshole. But you're right. Like it's been one of those weird.
I never came out in Home Alone 2.
But you're not a weird asshole. You're just a regular asshole. That's why it's okay to put up with it. Yeah, that's why we all love you, man. You might be an asshole, but you're our asshole.
That didn't sound good.
I was just waiting for it to register, man. But I mean, that's one of the things that like sucks about getting older, right? Is like these people that were so influential in your life that, and even if you weren't like a huge country music fan, you knew who the hell Dolly Parton was. Even if you weren't like a huge, like movie fan, you know who Tim Curry was, right? Like you like the stuff he did in Rocky Horror Picture Show. Is that what it was? But
exactly.
like that the
Rocky Horror Picture Show.
The stuff he did in Home Alone, like that character he plays is so good, and it was so good in every movie that he did. Dolly Parton, just like a good, decent human being, right? And obviously, they both lived into their 80s, right? Like that's a good long life to have, man. So like it like even though it is sad and it's depressing, it's just more along the lines of like that's 80 years of memories you got to make with your family. Dolly Parton's 60-year career that she got to make memories with her fans. Tim Curry's 50-year acting career that he got to make memories with his fans, man. Is it Paul Collins, the voice for Optimus Prime, like that's gonna live on forever, man. And for me, like it's cool to see the love and support that they've got, seeing like the universal whenever someone passes away, you always have the weird dichotomy of, are they a good person? Were they a bad person? Were they somewhere in the middle? And you always have both sides being spoke about, right? We have not seen any bad things said about these three people that have passed away this week. And that to me is a monumental, like, just tip of the cap to what they were as human beings.
Yeah. And that's a great segue to, hey, tomorrow's Bill Belichick's team plays against TCU, I think. No, against wait.
I can't think of a better segue, right? Like Bill Belichick, the upstanding human being that he is, with his 26-year-old girlfriend. That's awesome. But okay, so let's talk about it. TCU.
Wait. Salute to Bill Belichick, 26-year-old girlfriend. I mean,
I wouldn't be able to. I've spoken to 26-year-olds, and I don't know how the hell anybody, like, I know as to why they're in the relationship. You just got to be able to talk.
It can only mean two things: either he's got a lot of money, or he's got a lot of money.
He has an enormous personality, and that's what it comes down to, man.
Yeah, but
like I know it's a bot, but it's just that's a hell of a comment. You talk about a way to just jump right in and get.
Hey, if I got Skynet going, I mean, I can get anything going.
Oh yeah, you can. Okay, so man who needs cookies, subscribe to Augustine's OnlyFans channel. It's
OnlyFans/don't subscribe.com.
The only OnlyFans channel that gives you a virus. Oh, in more than one way.
Don't be like that. What's wrong with you?
Okay, so let's talk about it, right? Is there pressure on Bill Belichick to win this year?
Yes, huge.
But why? Right? Like we look at the ACC.
It's Bill Belichick. It's the name. The name by itself.
Just based off the name, year number 2 in college, he has to win. And is it winning the ACC, or is it winning a national title?
No, maybe not a national title, because you can't compete yet against those big guys, but at least going to a bowl game, at least. And I'm not talking your 29th or 30th of December bowl games, or 31st. I'm talking about a January bowl game.
Shout out to Amber Bonda, 49ers Faithful 77, and Miss Amy Wright joining over on Instagram. Okay. But the ACC, look at what's in the ACC right now, right? Like, you have Miami, who just made it to a national championship game, de facto Notre Dame, right? Like, they're basically an ACC team.
Yep.
Maybe you're right. Like, the more I'm talking about this, I don't think Florida State's ready to be there. I don't think Clemson is, all the way back or any of that other stuff, right? Like, so maybe it is the year for the North Carolina Tar Heels to be like have the pressure put on them. Although you have to remember, California, the University of California is also in the ACC. So I mean, you got that working for you as well. Nothing says the Atlantic Coast Conference quite like a team in California.
Yeah. The ACC Pac 1.
Because I'm looking at it right now, like Duke, who was here in the Sun Bowl, they won the ACC last year off of some weird tiebreakers and things like that happened. Clemson, Duke, Florida State, Georgia Tech, maybe Louisville. I don't think so. Miami, I still got to give a little bit of love to. North Carolina, NC State, Notre Dame, kind of, right? Like, they're that weird thing. Pittsburgh, SMU, maybe. SMU's a pretty damn good team. Stanford, which, again, whenever I think of the ACC, I think of Texas and California. Syracuse, Virginia, Virginia Tech, Wake Forest. Maybe Vatek. But again, like I can see a scenario here where you know what? Yeah, let's put some pressure on UNC because you had the big name coach. You've got, all the stuff that's been following that around. So why not have some pressure on North Carolina to actually prove something? Because how long is this experiment going to be cool? Right. Also, Bill Belichick's what, 80 almost? Like you got to capitalize on the now.
Every time you saw Bill Belichick, I have to salute.
It's a horrible looking salute by you, but okay.
26. I was never in the military. How do you do it? Is that better?
No. Fingertip. So if you have glasses, your arm is at a 90-degree angle, comes up right here. The fingertip goes by the tip of the glasses right there. Or if you don't have glasses, it goes right by the eyebrow. Not like this. Straight out like that. There we go. Right by the eyebrow. You got to move your hand back a little bit. Move the hand back a little bit. Back like that. There we go. Right there by the eyebrow. Middle finger by the tip of the eyebrow. There you are.
Oh, wait. Oh, sorry.
Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa there, guy.
Bill, every time, come on, at 80, 26? I mean, goodness gracious me.
He's not 80, right? Like, he's like 72, 73.
Ew, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. Bill, okay, so he's 74 and she's 25. He's going to be 75 later this year. So there's a 50-year age gap between the two of them. That is gross. Like, it just feels disgusting.
You know why it feels disgusting?
Because it's not me.
Because it's not us. Yeah, exactly. If you were single, and Destiny, please shut off something here. If you were single and you started dating a 25-year-old, now you already have somebody in mind. I see what you're thinking there.
Oh no, you froze.
You thinking.
Froze. So I was waiting on what you were saying. My bad.
Sure, we'll go with that excuse. but I mean, how old are you, Tip? 43?
42.
42. If you were dating a 25-year-old, how would you feel?
Gross. Like, so let me see. That would be a 17-year age gap. That means whenever she was born, I was about to graduate high school. That's just like my mindset, right? And like the conversation wouldn't really be able to I get it. There are some people where you can have a conversation with them, like old souls, right? Like some people are a little more mature for their age than others. But I don't know, dude. Like I would not be able to do that. I like in this hypothetical world, I think the youngest I would ever go from my age is like 5 years, maybe.
Yeah,
because
life
experiences are so different at that time. You know what I mean? Like me at 25.
Yeah, I completely understand. No, I completely understand. But what if she liked audio video, was a Cowboy fan, and she liked bald guys with beards?
She's still a child. Like that's the thing, man. So that was the thing, right? Whenever I got out of the military, I started going to UTEP and stuff. I was clearly an older student and all those, and like I would have to have these group projects and stuff. And like I know, whenever you're a student at UTEP and whenever you're in the advanced classes, you're minimum 20 years old or older, right? And I remember this one, girl that I was group project, and it was like 5 of us in this group project. And we're, at the library, we're finishing stuff up. A couple of people leave. I'm just like zipping up my backpack. And she comes up behind me and she's like, "You give me awesome daddy vibes. Like we should really hang out and have a good time." And I was like, "I'm good. I am so good right now. Like clearly you've got some father figure issues that you need to get worked out. And I'm not the guy for that. Like it's you do you, I do me. We have ourselves a good old time."
I'm very proud of you, Tipton. I'm glad that extremely impressed that you.
I know it doesn't seem like I do have morals. It's I know I put off that I don't have. I do have some morals. Look at me being a halfway decent human being.
No, but this Bill Belichick thing, at the end of the day, I mean, yeah, his personal life is one thing, but I think he's expected to win now. He is.
With the name, with the money that they're spending, yeah.
Yeah, I think maybe not as surprising as Indiana was, as the Hoosiers were, because they really put money into that thing to get their national championship. But it's either a big bowl or see ya. Because then the Bill Belichick experiment did not work. So for me, now in this new world of college sports, where it's all about money, it's you win now. And if you can't do it, next coach up. Because the name Belichick should be a variable into getting good players in.
So I looked it up right now. UNC is one of the few schools that looks like it's actually paying attention to the House of Representatives settlement that they had with the NCAA, saying that schools should only pay $20.5 million annually in direct student revenue sharing. Football receives $13 million of that deal. I don't know if $13 million is enough to get you the top line players. You know what I mean? Because I think Texas Tech is spending like $50 million this year, which is exponentially more millions than 13.
Yeah, but they don't have Bill Belichick, which I mean, it should carry a lot of weight. It should, if I was a high school player and said, coaching, that's good. This coach was in the NFL, is a Super Bowl winning coach. Maybe he can get me also to get to the next level. And I know a lot of high school kids think that too.
Keith Engel tuning in today saying, good morning, guys. Good morning to you, Keith. Hope that you're having yourself a fantastic time, enjoying retirement as it's here for you, still doing all your shows, some of the best sports knowledge, not just any, like all sports knowledge right there. You got to go follow Keith Engel on all his various channels as well. I don't know what the expectations should have been, because Bill Belichick outside of Tom Brady wasn't great, right? And I'm not going to get into the argument of like who's responsible for what. They caught lightning in a bottle. They won 6 damn Super Bowl championships together. It was a great moment for both you and Keith as Patriots fans to be able to like go through that time frame, right? But what was he like outside of those Tom Brady years, right? And in Cleveland, it wasn't great. And following Tom Brady in New England, it wasn't great. And I know he's trying to like get that monkey off his shoulder, kind of Steve Young style. I got to get that gorilla off my back of what Tom Brady did afterwards. I think the worst thing that happened to Bill Belichick was Tom Brady winning a Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, right? But that was a great team that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put together around him.
Oh, yeah.
He's always going to have that on him. And maybe that's the expectation is you're a 6-time Super Bowl winning head coach. You should come in here and dominate college football. College football is completely different than the NFL. They are two completely different worlds. And I don't feel like that should be the expectation for Bill Belichick and UNC. Amber Bonda over on Instagram is asking, what is Tom Brady up to now? He is in the middle of his 10-year, $350 million deal that he has with Fox Sports to commentate their games while also owning part of the Las Vegas Raiders, because Tom Brady, not only is he the most handsome man in the history of mankind, he is a smart and savvy businessman. I love me some Tom Brady. Keith saying that Bill Belichick gets a pass in Cleveland. It was a mess. No pass for the mess that he created in New England after Brady, though.
I agree. I completely agree.
Wow. That might be the shortest statement that you have ever made, and I am terrified. Are you okay?
What happened? What?
I mean, yeah. I'm trying to figure out
Also,
what should the
you have to
expectation
put,
be, because whenever Saban made it to the NFL, that Miami Dolphins team he had was hot dog shit, and he wound up just leaving in the middle of the season, right? But he goes on to be the greatest head coach in college football. That shows you the difference between the NFL and college football. And I don't think that we should be like, okay, Bill Belichick gets a pass because UNC is college or whatever, and it's not like a top college institution. But it's not like North Carolina has always been this team for college football that gets looked at as like a trendsetter, right? They play bowl games at the Sun Bowl, for God's sake. Like that's a great year for them. So what should the expectation be? And I don't know if it's win the ACC and make a major bowl game. Maybe it should just be, let's take some baby steps and make it to an actual bowl game and win.
well, baby steps. That's what Belichick is dating. So maybe he could go that route. Quite simply put.
It was set up perfectly for just that, right? Like baby steps. That's what he takes while he's, with his girlfriend.
Yeah. It's incredible to me to think that the girlfriend might be pregnant.
Ugh.
That kid is going to be born with a great grandfather.
My great grandfather's my daddy. That
Yeah,
reminds me of
exactly.
some Alabama stuff.
Yeah. No, but and you're talking about $13 million for football. That's still a lot of money. Well, how about compare it to other schools, namely UTEP, which have what, $500,000, $600,000, maybe $1 million for NIL?
Let's see. It looks like they are projecting 3.45 million this year, which is a jump up from the 1.1 million last year. But that's because of the jump to the Mountain West. But yeah, you're right. I mean, that's UNC is giving them 10 million more than what UTEP is giving. But again, UTEP, it doesn't. The Raleigh-Durham area is so flush with money, like so flush with money, that like they shouldn't have a problem raising enough money to make sure Bill Belichick and them boys have a roster.
With Intel alone,
Yeah.
with Intel alone, they have way more than enough money. The thing is, you also have to think it's UNC, Duke is right there, Wake Forest is right there. I mean, that's three major universities in a 15-mile span.
So it's Duke, UNC, North Carolina, and NC State, all within a 25-mile radius. Duke, Carolina, and NC State, 8 miles. 8 miles, that little triangle that they got, 8 miles right there. Dude, I remember whenever I lived in North Carolina, I tried to go because, you know me, I love basketball. I'm a Jordan fan, so I like UNC just out of that, right? I tried to go to a UNC Duke game as just like a fan buying tickets whenever I was in the military. I would have had to wait. Like the waiting list, not even for season tickets. The waiting list for that game specifically was 86 years. It was insane, man. I was like, well, I will never be alive for this. So I got to like try to buy scalp tickets. So I go to the ticket scalper. He's got effing nosebleeds in Cameron Durham Stadium, right? Nosebleeds in there. $2,000. And I was like, I'm in the military.
Well, Cameron is not that big. I mean, nosebleeds is you can still watch it nicely.
Yeah. But I mean, still, like way up in the top, the worst possible seat you got. $2,000 from a scalper. I've never seen a scalper ask for $2,000.
That's what scalping does.
Yeah, it does.
And Tip, I'll say this: you're gonna love, that area a little bit more because they opened their first Whataburger up there a year ago.
Ooh, I got to make my way back to North Carolina. Making my way back down to North Carolina, walking fast, and I'm homebound.
Way too much. hey, everybody! I know it's about time to go, but and I'll give you the link. Tip. My son is having a sports fundraiser. It's a small private school, and with your permission, Tip, I will share the link to you, and if you can share to a couple of places where especially coming from a private school. Even public schools and everybody, they're suffering. Private schools is worse. They're having a fundraiser. They're fundraising $5,000. They're about they have about $2,750 in there. So if anybody can help with $5 or anything like that, it's a small Lydia Patterson Institute down in South Central El Paso, where they've been a staple of schools here in El Paso for more than 100 years. So if anybody has an extra 25 cents or whatever you want to give, that will be absolutely great, and we all appreciate it.
I appreciate that, Augustine. Send whatever you got for me. I'll send those links out there to people. We'll see what we can do to help out with the fundraising as well. Everybody, I got to say goodbye as well. But before I do that, we got to wish a happy birthday to my son, Jericho, turning 14 tomorrow. No fire and ice, because I'm not going to celebrate Jericho's birthday with Brandon the Iceman Cone. That would be gross. So it's just going to be us. We're having ourselves a good old time. Jericho gets to be the game ball delivery kid for the El Paso Locomotive. Look at nepotism paying off for me. He gets to be the kid that takes the ball out there on the TV broadcast and all that stuff as well. So it's going to be super awesome to see that. But I want to give a little bit of love to my not so little guy anymore, as he's about that far away from being as tall as I am, Augustine, and I do not like where this is going.
Well,
very happy birthday to him.
Ekin is not taller than me.
Yeah, but you're only like 5'2", so I mean it's expected.
No, that's wide. That's my wide.
Oh, okay, my bad. My bad. Everybody, thank you all so much. We'll catch you later on next week. Have a great weekend, y'all. Belichick.